Hey y'all, Gregor here with a brand new video. This time, something a little bit different. Something that I get asked a lot by new Marvel Snap players is, what should I be saving my collector's tokens and keys for? And really, that depends. So I asked on Twitter, what would be your top 5 cards, Series 5 cards that you would recommend to a brand new player? And then I kind of expanded on that to the top 12 Series 5 cards that you would recommend to a new player based off of a variety of different things. And I asked a few creators as well, and this is the top 12 that I came up with that I recommend y'all save your keys for. If you are new to Snap, these cards will become very, very valuable to you in your Snap career. Please remember to take this with a grain of salt, as it is based off of the current meta, and the meta is subject to change with new seasons. As always, if you get anything from this video, if you enjoy it, please remember to like and subscribe. Also, if you disagree, if you think there are other cards that would be better, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. These are only Series 5 cards, not Series 4 or lower. I'm just thinking the newest ones, the ones that you would be spending, full amount for. First up at number 12, we have Thanos, the Mad Titan himself. He was nerfed a bit, but he is still plenty strong. The only reason I rank him so low is that his deck requires a lot of other Series 5 cards to be competitively viable. He gives you 6 between 1 to 2 cost token cards with on reveal and ongoing abilities, those being the stones. Stones abilities being the Space Stone. On reveal next turn, you can move 1 card to this location, draw a card. The card draw is very valuable. Also, being able to move to a location can be really important sometimes if you're not normally able to get in there. But a lot of the times I find that I'm using the Space Stone just to put something on the board so I can complete Thanos's ongoing ability with the Power Stone. Reality Stone, this one is very valuable. On reveal, transform the location into a new one, draw a card. This would be for if your opponent lays down a magic and there's a turn 7, you can shut off the turn 7 and trick your opponent and get the win on 6. Time Stone, so this one got changed. On reveal, give Thanos -1 cost next turn, draw a card. Again, the draw a card is valuable. Give Thanos -1 cost. Mind Stone, on reveal, draw 2 1-cost cards from your deck. This usually pulls out the other stones, or if you have other 1-cost cards, it could also pull them out. Again, this one was changed, so it is now a 2-cost with 1 power. The Power Stone, this is probably the most important stone to get the full power Thanos. Ongoing, if you've played all 6 stones, Thanos has +10 power wherever he is. So this is, if your other stones get destroyed, this is the one you want to keep alive. Soul Stone, probably my favorite stone. Ongoing, enemy cards here have -1 power, so it is an affliction effect. And then the new change starts in your opening hand and shuffles the 6 Infinity Stones into your deck. The change they made makes it so that Thanos starts in the left-hand side of your deck, so he will always get hit by the Spider Ham. Good news is if you have Mobius, you get a free pig out of it. It would be 0-10. But yeah, that is Thanos, and those are his stones. But again, with Thanos, you really get the most value out of him if you have those other Series 5 cards, like Mockingbird, you have Coal Obsidian, Hope Summers, just Blob. There's a lot of them to really get the full quality, and we may see another resurgence of Thanos in the future, but right now I would not recommend it to a brand new player. At number 11, we have Nebula, one of the best 1-drops in the game. Kitty would be here, but Kitty is a Series 4, so we're gonna give it to Nebula. It works great in a variety of decks. You can slot her into almost anything. If she gets in a location the other player doesn't have access to, she can snowball out of control. She plays great in high evo and lockdown archetypes, but can fit pretty much anywhere. Maybe you get it a little bit earlier if you're really vibing with the high evo. At number 10, we have Nik Minoru. Nico, another card that is extremely flexible. She is the best 1-cost card in the game, if I had to say. Again, sorry, Kitty. I call her the Swiss Army knife of cards. She effectively gives the players 8 new on-reveal effects. Nik Minoru can, for 1 cost, on reveal after you play your next card, it becomes a demon. On reveal after you play your next card, destroy it to draw 2 other cards. This is probably the most valuable of the abilities because card draw in a 12-card game is just so important. You can use it for a weak card that you want to get rid of and just gain that card draw. On reveal, after you play your next card, move it one location to the right. This would be for if you're trying to get to a location that's either locked down or gives you a benefit to move to. On reveal, after you play your next card, give it +2 power. This is great to do on something like Jeff, or for example, Dakin, or a card that is going to double, or Black Panther, or something like that. On reveal, after you play your next card, replace that card's location. This can be great for getting rid of Limbo to trick your opponent so there's not a turn 7. Or get rid of any locations that you don't like. It gives you a way that you don't need to slot in a Storm or a Scarlet Witch or a Magic. On reveal, after you play your next card, add a copy of it to your hand. Also great. You can do this with like your Jeff or another card that would be beneficial to get a second copy of. You're playing Destroy. Venom is a great option. And then lastly, on reveal, after you play your next card, double this card's power. This you might want to do at a location like Kamertage. So you can get Nik Minoru up to 8, potentially. Or if you, I don't know, combined it with other things. So lots of options. Again, the best one-cost card in the game. She is absolutely worth grabbing. At number 9 on the list, we have Iron Lad. Our boy Iron Lad is probably the best flex at 4 cost. 6 power is not bad stats either. Works great with combo decks like Wong. Or really any on reveals. So you can Iron Lad into Doom. You can Iron Lad into Alioth. You can Iron Lad into pretty much any on reveal ability, and it's going to be beneficial to you. If you don't hit anything, it's still a 4/6. Just a great stat line. And yeah, he can be incredibly valuable, especially if you have a card like Howard the Duck, where you're going to be able to see what your top card is. I wouldn't recommend you spend keys or tokens on Howard the Duck, but he does have some great synergy with them. At number 8, we have Mockingbird. So Mockingbird is just such good stats. 5/9, amazing. At 9 power, Mockingbird falls below Shang-Chi range. So there's immense value there. You can also play token cards, Stone, Squirrel, Sinister, Mysterio, Brood, those kind of things to reduce her cost to 0. Or you could use the Infinity Stones as well. She works with Thanos. She works with a bunch of different decks. And she can fit into a lot of different stuff as well. At number 7, we have Cannonball. See, this Cannonball, a lot of people did not think Cannonball was going to be great, myself included. Was seriously undervalued before release. Turns out he's often a game winner. Especially strong in lockdown and junk deck types. His 8 power stat line isn't too bad either. He can effectively win you games. You have a Red Hulk in your lane, and the other lanes are all full. Guess what happens to that Red Hulk? He turns into a stone, gets destroyed. Or you just push him into a different lane and you win the other 2 lanes. Another absolutely great card. Okay, at number 6... So Jeff is probably the best flex card in the game. He can fit anywhere. Jeff can often be a game winner and allows players into locations or on turns they normally wouldn't be able to. You can play Jeff even if Sandman or Electro is in play. Those effects do not stop Jeff. Jeff goes anywhere. Solid stats. You can drop him on 2 or on any other turn, and you can work him in your mana curve. I love Jeff. Jeff is personally my favorite card in the game. Take that with a grain of salt, but I do think that I'm pretty unbiased in my rankings of these. So at number 5, we have Hope Summers. Hope's ability to ramp out energy every turn allows players to play on a new curve, more cards per turn. Also, great bounce synergy. Anytime that you can get extra energy, play additional cards, that is pure value. Hope Summers is amazing. One of the best season cards we've seen in quite some time. Probably since Miss Marvel, in my opinion. Before she got nerfed. Yeah, Hope Summers, amazing card. Worth getting, worth spending tokens on, worth spending keys on. At number 4, we have X-23. Now, X-23 is another one-cost card. She is not as flexible as Jeff. The reason I put X-23 so high, Destroy is and always has been strong. X-23's ramp ability allows you to play more cards per turn. Destroy cards are relatively low cost, series pool wise, and new players have earlier access to the Destroy archetype. You invest in X-23, you're going to be able to play a lot of the cards sooner than you would be for some of these other decks. And she just is amazing. You destroy her, you get that extra ramp, you keep destroying her per turn, and you continue to do more things. By the end, you should be able to do a null, a death, and a Deadpool if you did this correctly. At number 3, we have Anilus. Anilus opens a totally new archetype to players, the Junk archetype. Clog your opponent's lanes with negative power. Very fun to play. I'm a huge Anilus fan. I know not everybody is. Definitely would recommend picking him up, especially if you end up liking that kind of play. Yeah, Anilus is a game changer. You can play him with Sentry. You can play him with Hazmat, with Stones, any cards that you can get negative and then flip over. At number 2, we have the Master of Mischief, Loki, him or herself. So if you are unfamiliar with Loki, Loki gives your opponent's deck, gives you your opponent's deck at a cost reduction. So you have access to cards you wouldn't normally have. And Loki is strong right now. We are currently in a Loki meta. So if you combine Loki with a card like Quinjet, you're getting a copy of all of your opponent's cards at -2 cost. Which, depending on the deck, a lot of the times you win. There's very few bad matchups for Loki. You don't even need Mobius. If you don't have Mobius, just play Rogue, because your opponent's Mobius is your Mobius. At number 1, we have the man himself, High Evolutionary. I have some cool variants with him. We have the MCU variant as well. So, the reason High Evo is at the top is for a few reasons. Gives a player 7 new cards with abilities. So they're existing cards that don't normally have abilities get abilities. Also, the cards that are that work with this deck are low series pool as well. So Wasp, for example, on reveal, afflict an enemy card here with -1 power. Misty Knight, when you end a turn with unspent energy, give one of your other cards +1 power. Shocker, on reveal, give the leftmost card in your hand -1 cost. Cyclops, when you end a turn with unspent energy, afflict 2 enemy cards here with -1 power. The Thing, on reveal, afflict 3 enemy cards here with -1 power. And then Abomination costs 1 less for each enemy card in play that is afflicted with negative energy. And lastly, we have the Hulk, when you end a turn with unspent energy, +2 power, if in hand or in play. Also, it tends to be an easier deck for people who are still learning deck archetypes and matchups. I would say this isn't entirely true. Take this with a grain of salt. I would say it's pretty easy to do High Evo. You're skipping a lot of your turns to get more, leave more energy on the table, so you power up a lot of your cards. There are a lot of different High Evo decks, and there's a lot of different play lines that you can use. But I would highly recommend that a brand new player focus on saving for this guy right here. Yeah, tokens and keys. What do y'all think? Do you agree with my top 12? Would you recommend adding anything? Would you swap it out? What is your top 12? Let me know in the comments. And again, if you enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe. I'm going to try and get a new video out at another point during this week or maybe next week. But I appreciate y'all watching, spending some time. I'll catch you next time.